Here we go, recording from the hotel room, regardless of what the sound sounds like. Most podcasters at one time or another have the infamous episode from the hotel room, and I'm doing just that tonight. I'm not taking the route of doing the blanket over the head or the hide in the closet or the... There's no quiet place in this room. I'm in Los Angeles next to a freeway. So the topic I wanted to talk about tonight is the idea of worry. Worry, concerns that people raise at meetings and how to address them. I'm thinking specifically in the context of software product release meetings, but this could also apply to other areas of life. So the scenario here is product schedule looks like it's starting to fall behind. Maybe it hasn't fallen behind significant enough. In other words, certain milestones have, maybe some minor milestones have been missed, or you've got some major ones coming up, or you've missed a major milestone by a few days or a week. So nothing totally critical in the grand scheme of things. But maybe you have someone on the product team that is worried, and they want to raise this worry, and they want to note this worry for the record. And I usually find that these types of contributions, if not kind of redirected, can send the meeting into kind of a tailspin. It's essentially it's unproductive. And so one way I found to make this type of question productive is to flip it back onto the person asking the question to get a little bit more information. And that additional information I'm often looking for is, what are you looking for? What could we give you that would help you to reduce the worry that you have? So if there's a worry around the quality of the software, maybe the number of incoming bugs is trending upwards, or even though development is working to fix bugs, there's just this steady state of bugs, and the number of bugs is not going down, and the release date for the software is drawing near. So keeping with this example of software quality, the question I like to ask here is, what could we, what can we do for you? How can we help you? What could we give you that would reduce your level of worry? So is it setting an interim checkpoint? Is it getting really granular and specific on the release criteria? Maybe the release criteria have not been sufficiently defined, or maybe you've defined them, but you're realizing that there's some cracks in the things that you captured. The takeaway here is, go back for more information. Someone just simply being worried is not something that can be quantified or usually actioned by other people. Specifically, it's just, if it's just kind of a gut level sense or worry that a particular person has. Another frustration I have around this notion of someone being worried at a meeting is that it also tends to hold the meeting hostage. And usually when someone is worried, well, not always, but sometimes when someone is worried, they're often kind of stuck. They're stuck in their heads, they're stuck in their worry, they're stuck in their fear that, something is going to go wrong. And in a way, introducing that fear to the meeting without any constructive outcome or go forward plan does the same thing to the meeting. You're now holding the meeting hostage and kind of the people there, but if you're not bringing any solutions to the situation, you're basically just showing up with the problem and just kind of dumping it on everyone. And I don't think that's fair to the meeting. So again, I think a constructive way to come at this is to ask the person what they need. What do you need? What are you looking for here? I acknowledge and honor the fact that you are worried and that you have concerns here. Can you quantify those concerns? Can you quantify the risks that you're seeing? And better yet, what could we do, or what do you think you do Or what do you think you could do, perhaps with help from us, to reduce the risks, to reduce your worries, to increase our chances of success? I think that's a much more practical and positive way to go about things. So play with that, see if that works. And if you have other techniques that you've used in situations like this, I'd be curious to hear them as well. Send them to podcast@johnpolster.com. Thanks for listening to The John Polster Show. Notes, links, and all that other good stuff for this episode are at johnpolster.com/podcast. If you have questions or ideas for the podcast, send those to podcast@johnpolster.com. Thanks to Kevin MacLeod for the music on this podcast, which is licensed under a Creative Commons license and can be found at incompetech.com.